You...
Sorry. That shocked expression.
You are not Farina.
The sweet sound of bewilderment.
Fosolo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, the heavenly
Deceiving the heavenly...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in.
You...
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Fosalo. You know, the god.
Fosalo. Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. The heavenly prince...
Deceiving the heaven...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was... She knew full well that the prophecy... And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heaven... So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over. Alone on the ocean floor, I had to outwit the heavenly principles. Allow the... I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why... Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her
So you were also once one of the Oceanids?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, it's all part of the plan, of course. The plan... Do you still remember the final scene of the... In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part under the curse I placed on her. So long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die.
You...
Sorry.
You are not... Focalor.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. The heavenly...
Deceiving...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not immune. She knew, and as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather... I spent a terribly long time mulling it over. Alone on the ocean, I had to... I'm a genius, I know. Although, looking back now, it was... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this. Anymore...
So you were also once...
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do. Even after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as the me. She could feel joy, sorrow, and but in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly... Anyway, all part of the plan. Do you still remember in order under the curse I placed on her? So long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, I suppose now you probably
But Furina, even though she is high...
It's been, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely...
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, all right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just... Oh, do not... I am Focalor, the eyes of Count... Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. Let the world come alive! Strike a pose!
Forth, my blade! Submit for judgment!
dare you! Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards! Time to shine! The show...
Spirit Blade! Attack! One with my blade!
Let's light it up! Take this! Let the world come alive!
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're... Mirror me? How can this...
Mirror.
Mirror me?
The prophecy.
What prophecy? The people will all be dissolved.
Oh.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything like...
Yes, it will.
But...
I will tell you how to save
Oh, so as for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing... But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? If there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other.
I suppose this would also be...
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing.
Play at...
That's right. If you can keep it up, then...
But how will I do that?
Don't worry. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you all remember. Your true challenge...
I'm still... So, how...
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the... But I promise you, all will of...
A trial, huh? The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural. Lady, I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming as the god Focalor, the god of justice. I shall do all with... Once again, thank you all for this. I thought I might stammer, but...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses you...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be...
Wait, what's going on? Why is... Right. Mirmi sat calm down, Farina. Assertive, with a... Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet... Well, you may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then...
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my... My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed. The scales of just may law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine. There is no trouble so long as I, the Arch...
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports as well as...
Come now, was I not just... Besides, none...
if I may be so
A magnificent, dramatic, and one...
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp...
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, to...
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say.
No need to thank me. All right. All right. Deoteria.
He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far...
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future...
Oh, you're such a gentle and wise god. Thank you once again, on behalf of my son.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of...
I see. It's as I thought then. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy... Really?
I'm...
The day is finally over. But it's good to see that everything's getting on. Maybe this is fine.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the
There'll be no need for that.
Lady Farina,
Indeed, my dear
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed. I feel utterly exhausted.
Lady Farina, I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria, almost 20 generations ago.
And what a fun...
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Farina. My lady?
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
Really now? I didn't even notice. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
No.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by. I never imagined. Have I reached? I want to tell someone, anyone I've conducted, so all I can do is keep heart. I must.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be
Share that's impossible.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat, and if Tevat is... She's right. But if things don't play out No, Farina. But what if... Farina, you've worked so hard for... Is it such an outrage if you let this opportunity think about it long and hard? No, I have nothing to say. Why, all you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness.
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive, she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even it seems that trusting humanity...
I believe that I understand how how would you build on...
Ah, good, good. Of course the Iudex of Fontaine has I'm sure you've long sensed that the...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a... It now seems that that person...
And then I became one with the Oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes. Alas, your understanding of... In truth, it is no enactor of justice. Oh, you have it. I mean, my work over these last 500 years. But really... Some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated, the vast majority had to be.
It was all a part of your...
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia, had it only been used for that purpose. But only...
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor. The destruction of that divine throne.
Returning what's rightfully... In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro... Oh, what? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro...
All you've done throughout the year.
I've never quite seen it that... Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea and the heavenly principle. I, for my part, am the god of Speaking of justice, I have always believed that so, if the theft of the primordial seas, then... leaving matters of in other words, existence was Egeria's, defying the At this point, Iudex Neuvillette, the highest
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that would... At last, I now understand the In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of... You are things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Judex Nouvellette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
No one's joined me on an...
Was that bright light some sort of...
But so...
It's time to end this. I have gained the strength sufficient. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the evil dragon's power. We shall look for an opening together.
Strike a pose!
Submit for judgment!
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Let my name echo in song! Shower me with praise!
Done my best to stop the power of the light seep from the whale. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening
A touch of frost!
Take cover!
all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Light it up!
provide you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment. Use my power to suppress its root from within.
Get out of here! Take cover!
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at—
That power.
Paimon has an idea. It's just that he gave us the impression that she—
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you— so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primal— that kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. All in all—
Miss Skirt?
the point—
Well, being that this pet, so what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's
Oh, right. So you don't know him. His name is Sertologi.
I am unfamiliar.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. Still nothing? Well—
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhine Doctor's part of the Hexen Circle. She's a—
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles, but I suppose you understand now, yes?
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person?
Actually, never mind that. I believe that the all-devouring narwhal used up near such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the— as such, the Fontaine back on the— in other words, the—
What?
Not to worry. Focalor.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Initiate emergency rescue!
Hurry! Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
We're saved.
The prophecy was wrong.
The soil renewed. Old soil can still get skyship winglet, but the various disputes that have arisen, people always call the first research. Wow, Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They said.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops, Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created.
Paimon's curious.
And that's exactly what.
Are you?
Oh, this time.
Navia! Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a lot. Our residents are
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan, but if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as Despina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorinde?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake? Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Clorinde, at any rate. Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And smile.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news. And also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clorinde. Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Mer-
Whoa, you're well in-
That's a very-
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no-
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment. Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
You seem curious about the fortress.
Of course. That Risley. I still remember going down to the fortress to grill him for information on my father's case. Boy, did he take me for a ride. Without telling me anything, of course.
But he did invite you to tea, didn't he?
2 large pots of it, in fact. It was good tea, though.
I have to agree. The tea there is very good.
Speaking of that, would you like to have some today? I mean, you've got time, right?
Well, I'd be partial to some shortbread.
Wow, it's like we've got a menu or something. Sure.
Good.
What flavor of biscuits would you like, Mr. Snezhevich?
Me? I'm fine with anything.
All right. Leave it to me.
I'll go over the newly arrived supplies with you later, Mr. Snezhevich. We should be able to finish the preparatory work today.
That works great for me.
Is it just me, or did you get a new lipstick?
I did. It was a gift from Sijuin. Want to give it a try? I think the color would suit you, too.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feel.
Looks like you've been missing it.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to—
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be— Miss Charlotte.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside—
Sir, please don't say things like—
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview—
No, I just... This is my first time
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, the boat that brought about a miracle— Still, if I might add—
Looks like Charlotte's...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be—
Really? Well,
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you—
did you really have to use the word couple? Well then, 2 solo photos—
Is my hair messed up? Please.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to...
see—
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Sure.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the...
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that...
I see. Lots of things happened that day.
He sure did win them...
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually...
What change can there be? The fortress will keep as to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave though—
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a—
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater All right, last stop, the docks.
Oh, you know, I'd love to see you in one of Charlotte's photo shoots one day.
Is that really necessary? Our line of work doesn't really require much photographing.
It's precisely because we don't need the picture that they'll have value as keepsakes. You don't really look all that opposed to the idea, you know.
Maybe I'm just happy that I managed to once again avoid the spotlight. I think this interview went well either way.
Yes, you successfully kept prying eyes away by using Mr. Jurier and Miss Lorvine as shields. Very good.
You should be happy for them. They have—
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Sharp.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget? It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal. But if you see any of your trick a friend. I wonder. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we—
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins—
Lynette, could you come—
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had some— Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
That's alright.
Oh, I guess you— After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervillet opened negotiations, during which he gave
A diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite— It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child. Furthermore, Father did also lend—
That's true.
I would agree, but I've also heard that— I suspect you'll have to ask him—
But back to the topic.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by—
Are you going to take the Gnosis back?
That is our duty. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. Switching my masks is something— Well, that depends on many things. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision?
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not—
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like. The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled—
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon.
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this— All right, then.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Nervillet's doing? As long as he's— Paimon, coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? You really are here, Neuvillette! I didn't think you were going to have...
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a...
Aw, Paimon's glad that you... Alright, let's have it then.
It is strange how words can often...
Destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you...
For me, the authority of the ancient dragon, Fontanians were incomplete humans, but so long as those primordial energies remain within them. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became...
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key... Yeah, and in a manner...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he but whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to... As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the whether it was due to that liability...
Guess Focalor had Fontanians in... hang on a second. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had all...
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how...
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is...
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, see...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about...
Ah, Lady Farina. I related Focalor's words to... She simply said that she was... Having said that, she then...
but she...
You need not worry. In truth, I am somewhat happy, but now that she knows...
What about you?
After Focalor, this matter will directly...
Looks like you're still considered...
As an elemental dragon, there are... As such, before I attend to my other Additionally, the Hydro...
That's true. That power was... Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all...
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute.
Wow. This ancient dragon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done their sole remaining goal in Fontaine. At least at this point, the Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more. As such, it has lost. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their...
What complicated consideration?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find my... Unlike ancient dragons, such as myself, the dragons of Natlan is also the nation of war. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave, that the Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the...
Captain. Sounds like a real tough...
I suggest that you fully prepare... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. When we spoke to Lenny earlier, he mentioned that we guessed that there might be some...
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligent. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on.
What next?
The all-devouring Nor... I can finally catch the scent of your power. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But with something very I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what you...
Of course. You should have the remains of the third
Remains?
According to your part...
Well, that much is true. But I fear I have never heard of it described.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of it is only natural for those who are... Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies...
What do you mean by...
No.
This third descender you...
Master never mentioned them. If you're interested, though, I could ask him.
Next time, you believe...
I do. Wait.
That's what she told.
The remains of... So that's what the...
All the same, assuming that there was...
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check...
If she speaks the truth? I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance element... I wonder...
No, let's not... Comparing the Traveler to the dead third... That's what you say, but this time... Once child recovers...
I too believe it unwise to make too many
Alright. What...
Yes.
But... She said...
I suppose that would be the mystery. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, life flows like water, and rain is... And what old... It seems from your expressions that you still... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I suggest that you fully prepare...
too popular.
Be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore...
Perfect.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that...
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh?
I came across this commission while reviewing. It seems simple, but our records indicate with the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the
Well, that's us for sure.
If it proves to be beyond your capability...
Okay, so...
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara, but the problem is, they don't know the missing person's...
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
Unlikely. Besides, putting up a... In any case...
Alright then, let's go! Paimon's starting to...
Ad Astra...